to come cook with me. And my name is Laura Hall. Got a little bit more theme music going on. I think we're getting a little excited in this family because it's Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, and it's Oaks Day and it's Derby Day tomorrow. It's just an incredible celebration here for our house. Although we aren't in Kentucky, so oh well, we'll just have to celebrate here in Florida. All right, so we are making, I had so many requests from last week's show. How did I do the spicy black beans? And I thought for sure I had done them before, so I went through all the YouTube channels, all the shows on YouTube, and lo and behold, I could not find spicy beans. So I must not have done the show before. What we did is we fried beans, and so we didn't do the spicy beans. And so I decided instead of doing the Spanish rice, which is what I talked about last week doing, we're gonna do the spicy beans. So it's so appropriate because I'm teaching so many people how to do some meal prepping on the side, and this is just one of the things that I use just for my meal preps as well. So this is the spicy beans that if you watched last week's show when we did the taco bowls, the Mexican taco bowls, we're all doing these prep works for you to have a great Cinco de Mayo. And so the spicy beans were already a pre-made thing that went into the taco bowl when we made it. So if you're new to the show, let's go ahead and cover some basics. Go ahead and put, if you're following me and you've followed me before, go ahead and put your Instant Pot on saute. We want to go ahead and get that started. So I am going to do that. I'm going to hit saute. And I'm going to get that warmed up and sauteing. So while that's warming up, let's go ahead and go through some of the basics. So in our community, now we've been live. Now this is our 54th week. Yeah, it's our 54th week of having a show. So thank you everybody who's been following me. I am very blessed and very humbled for all of the wonderful friendships that I have made. Hey, welcome. I didn't see who's showing some love. Hey, Tina, great to see you. Gosh, you're actually able to be live today. I'm so excited. So what we want to do in our community is say hello, who we are, where we're from. And when you do that, you get a chance to win our spices. So we have a teammate on my health group team. He's part of, he's doing this incredible nutrition system, but he is also a chef and he's an entrepreneur, and he's created these incredible spices, and they're Kentucky proud spices. So I'm gonna go through those. We use them in every show, but they're really, really fabulous. So you get a chance to win. You win a set of spices when you say hello, who you are, where you're from. And so we just put your name in, a random generator. I oftentimes send just some fun little extra sample things along with it. So it's always to your advantage to do that. So go ahead and say hello, who you are, where you're from, and we build community here by doing that. The other thing that we love to do is hit that little share button that's in the right-hand corner. If you hit share, thank you for the love, welcome. If you hit that share button, what you're doing is you're getting yourself entered to win even a bigger prize. So this week we went in honor of, well, we're, personally, if you're following me, we're doing an ab challenge. We have a brand new product that our company released. It's called a Bedtime Belly Buster. It's a pack. It's dynamite. So I decided in honor of all of those wonderful things that we were going to go ahead and give that away this week. So if you shared last week's show, your name is actually entered in that hat, and we'll have a special guest appearance today from someone who's going to pull your name out of the hat. So I'm really excited whoever wins. So let's go ahead and get some olive oil. You want to add some olive oil into your Instant Pot while it's getting, oh, you know what? It didn't, I need to hit, I guess I didn't hit start. I thought I hit start, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that and hit start. I didn't have it preheating. Sorry about that. It's not going to change anything of what we're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and we're going to add a little olive oil into the bottom. I'm using an avocado oil. It's just anything that you like that's really a high heat. I just went ahead. I still have a great deal of avocado oil in my bottle here. I love it. It's a great high heat content, so it really works great. And I like the flavor. We're going with a little bit of Mexican theme, so avocado is in a lot of Mexican food. So, all right, so if you've said hello, who you are, where you're from, last week's show, let's go ahead and go through who won that one. So in the random generator, the person who won the spices is Annette Coles. Annette, congratulations, so excited for you. Hi Jen, great to see you. Hi Megan, great to see you. Please say hi, who you are, where you're from, that'd be great. So Annette, I'll send you a message and you won the spices. I just need to get your address. Awesome job. So if this is the first time you're following the show, thanks for the love. What we do in this show is we show two different ways of cooking whatever the recipe is. The first way is through what I grew up and the kids grew up in our family was with the Instapot or with the crock pot / slow cooker. I only had a crock pot years and years, but when that one petered out, I actually went through two in the course of the kids growing up. I saw this new one that was designed by All-Clad, and so I bought their All-Clad slow cooker because it has a saute feature to it. So I love that one. And I guess someday when it's not really hot, I could pick it up, but it's really too hot for me to pick it up. But it's a beautiful, I'll just take a picture of it and then you can see it and I'll post it below. But this one is wonderful and it has been cooking well over 8 hours because these are beans. I didn't do any pre-soaking whatsoever. So in the slow cooker, it's gonna take a lot longer. 8 hours might not be just enough, so you'll just have to assess. But I did something neat in this one, and I'll talk about that. So then we do the same recipe that was in the slow cooker in the Instapot. And the Instapot is just one of those new gadgets that if you don't have one, let me tell you, you want it. This is already starting to get hot, so I'm going to go ahead and put my garlic in and my onions and my peppers. But if you don't have an Instapot, this is something that is just magical device in your kitchen. So what I'm going to do is I did the whole jar of garlic. I roasted the whole jar of garlic. So I'm not going to use all of it. I'm going to use quite a bit, but not all of it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. And I love to roast the garlic versus having really a tight unroasted garlic makes it really kind of tight and bitter. This makes it really smooth and just flavorful. Wonderful way to do your garlic. And then I chopped up one onion and we diced that up. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. And in here I have some yellow, I have some red. They're all organic, by the way. Yellow, red, and orange peppers. You don't need many. It's because this is really for the beans. So we're gonna get those in there. And then I have a medley. So this is very similar spices that I used for the actual taco bowls. And that's how I flavor and season my beans. So in here I have half of a Pablano pepper, half of a full jalapeno pepper, and I also have 2 habanero peppers diced in there. So they're real spicy. You get to choose the spice you want to have. This is part of what I'm going to be using for my meal prep, so this is going to be very, very spicy. I love to use it. So now you want to get that stirred around. You're going to saute this for probably 2 to 4 minutes until the onion gets really almost opaque, kind of clear. It's already smelling good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and let that saute. And while it's sauteing, what I like to do is I just go ahead and add the spices in there as the peppers and onions, they all get really nice and flavorful. I go ahead and add the spices that I'm going to be using. So I'll go ahead and add those. Now I want to tell you, all of you know, well, those of you who have followed me, you know that I post the recipe actually in the actual post, so you can always see it. And I have what a normal recipe would call for as far as spices. But when I actually cook, I look at coloring, I don't measure, I'm not that kind of a cook. So if that drives you crazy, you have the actual recipe above. But I'll show you the rest. I'll show you the actual spices that we're going to be using. All right, so we're going to, at the end, put it in a bay leaf. Okay? I'm going to hold on to that until we get a little juice in there. But the first one is the herbs of the Provence. And what I like to do is I look at doing all organic spices. Organic is important. I look for, let's show you here, the non-GMO. Non-GMO is very important. Organic, non-GMO. And what we're looking for with non-GMO is we're not having genetically modified food into our body. That's one of the things you want to always look for when you are making selections of spices. The next spice is called Japanese 7 spice. And it looks like that. Love this spice. It's one of my favorites. Sydney was looking at all the spices as I was writing out the recipe. And she's like, I don't have that one. I said, it's one of our new favorites. I think I started using this probably 6-7 months ago in the show. And we were like, oh my gosh, what a crazy awesome spice. The next one is an organic chili powder. Oh, that's really, they're sauteing very nicely. And then we're going to use some Cajun seasoning. Sorry, there you go. Hey Jeannie, how are ya? Good to see you. Hi Chuck. I like keeping my glasses on so I can see who's coming on the show. I don't remember writing your name down, Jeannie, last week. We had the belly buster that we're giving away this week. And then we did the crushed red pepper. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Wanda. Oh, it's coming together. Smelling really good. And then we have some oregano, organic oregano. This recipe is so easy. Literally, it just takes no time at all just to throw all these ingredients in. And then we have Hungarian paprika. We have a little cayenne pepper. There we go. One of my favorite of all, cumin. Hi Rick, great to see you. And a little black pepper. This one is a coarse chopped. It doesn't really matter, it's really what you prefer. And then we're going to use some pink Himalayan salt. Stir that up. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add in my diced tomatoes because it's getting a little, they're already perfectly done. All right, let me show you the diced tomatoes that we're putting in. I use the fire roasted diced tomatoes. So they're organic, have this organic, they're non-GMO, and the other thing you want to look for when you're buying canned goods is you look for that label right there. This one right here, it says non-PBA. So what that is it's bisphenol A. And bisphenol A is that like a plastic toxic lining that they put in cans to protect and create a longer shelf life for your canned goods. Well, we have found that creates an endocrine disruptor in our bodies. It's a toxin in our bodies, and it creates inflammation and a host of other things. So what you want to do is always get the non-PBA cans. Okay, so I'm going to add in my chopped cilantro. And you can go ahead and turn the saute feature off on your Instant Pot because we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients and put the beans in, and we're going to be ready to go. It's that simple. It's just crazy. All right, so let's talk about if I didn't have all those spices and I had just my salsa, which I would still add the same amount of spice, but I would add in some salsa if I didn't have those fire roasted. So I have some salsa, and in fact, because it's been sitting beautifully in these juices, I'm gonna go ahead and add about a cup into this. Beautiful. But let's say you don't have the salsa made. You didn't actually, you know, we have made salsa a couple of times on the show, and if you've ever missed a show, we always put them on YouTube. You can find them on my YouTube channel, which is called Lifestyle by Laura J. So if you just go to YouTube and you type in Lifestyle by Laura J, search that engine, you'll find all of the shows that we've ever done, and you'll find the salsa and guacamole recipe there. And we are going to repeat that one. That's one of those that's just a popular one that we will repeat. But let's say you don't have time to make the salsa, which I don't know if you can see. I've got ingredients back here. We're making salsa today. I go ahead when I make these beans, if I don't have time or I don't have any salsa, I'll go ahead and do the K-Vita, and I actually like to do a little bit of both. The K-Vita, the verde sauce, the green sauce, or the medium hot. You can use that too. It works great. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add is some bone broth. I like the Imagine bone broth because it has a lower amount of sodium. I like the Imagine organic one the best, but you can use any one. And if you're staying vegan, vegetarian, you're going to use a vegetable broth. A lot of people like to have their beans in a vegetable broth, especially if they're vegan or vegetarian. Okay, I'm going to start off with the recipe that I made. If you're in a smaller Instant Pot like I have today, you may not be able to have as much liquid. I didn't use the big Instant Pot today. But I'm going to add the beans next, and then I'll add in the rest of the liquid. My recipe, I want to have a little bit extra liquid so that when they're done, if I need to drain them, they're going to be able to be drained. But then there's going to be just enough broth to be able to just get these beans plumped up. And let's go ahead and go over those beans. These are just black beans that you get at the dry black beans, so inexpensive. I'm going to add just about a half a box more. So even though I say 8 cups, this is probably going to be probably 6. This would be about 6 cups. And that'd be perfect. Okay, and that's it. That's how simple this recipe is. So wonderful. All right, I'm going to shut that off and put the lid on. So one of the things that I did in the slow cooker is I went ahead, because I'm doing these as a meal prep, I went ahead and put some chicken breasts in. And so I can shred that chicken breast, pull them out, and shred it. And then I'll have some meal prep with my chicken, and I'll have my black beans. That I do black beans in just about almost every part of my meal plan during the day, weekdays. All right, so I locked it in place. And one thing I should point out is make sure that your pin is in the up. It's not stuck. You can push it so that it can pressurize. You want to make sure that it pops up. And it's in the lock position, and it's in the closed position. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and click on pressure cook. And you do not need more than, I think in the recipe I put 15 minutes. So I'm going to do 15 minutes. And if you don't like the consistency of the beans, if they're not plump enough or if they're not soft enough, you can always repressurize and add an additional 1 or 2 minutes. I'm going to hit start. Perfect. Okay, and it's ready to go. So that's how easy this recipe is. I think you're going to absolutely love it. What I do with the extra beans, I know a few people will ask me, is I just separate them out in containers for the week. If I have extra, I'm going to put some in the freezer. I definitely will probably have a little extra since we have 2 of these going. And that's it. That's the beautiful recipe. So I have an actual helper here who's going to pick out the winner of last week's show, because this particular person, whoever it is that wins, what they did is they hit that share button on their video and added the show to their Facebook wall. So when you hit the share button, your name goes in the hat for the next week. And I have a feeling we'll probably be doing another Bedtime Belly Buster. Since this May we have the whole work on doing the ab work, why not do another Belly Buster the next show? So, what's included in the Belly Buster? Great question. We have either of the Pro. You can have it in chocolate or vanilla. It'll come in either one. You'll get to choose. And you'll get to choose between whether you do the fruits, which one serving of these fruits is equivalent, the nutritive value, it's equivalent to having the flavonoids of 5 servings of fruits. Unbelievable. Superfood. The greens, equivalent of having better than 7 kale salads. Just 1 scoop. Unbelievable. So you'll be doing a scoop of one of these and a scoop of whichever one you choose. And the other thing that comes in the Bedtime Belly Buster pack is our sleep spray. And you spray it sublingual under your tongue, and off you go to sleep. Wonderful, wonderful. So awesome. I love this new pack. I love how genius our company is. Yeah, I would show some love on that one. So I need my assistant to hop over here. So Sydney wouldn't come on. So she commandeered her boyfriend. And this is Derek, and they're visiting. So they've just finished their classes last Monday. Sydney finished her, I don't know when your last class was. Monday. Mm-hmm. So last test, semester is over. This guy's almost done with his master's in engineering.
So close.
So close. You have what, 2 classes this summer?
2 classes, yeah.
Yeah. So Sydney graduates next week, and they're down here enjoying the few days that they have where they can just relax. You remember those days? Okay, so I'm going to hold the hat. Okay. You're going to pick the lucky winner. Okay? All right, so here's for last week's winner. You're going to get the Belly Buster. Okay, let's see who it is. Oh my gosh, this is, I think, a first-time viewer last week. Judy Burr, congratulations! Judy, you won the Bedtime Belly Buster. I'm so excited for you. I'll send you a message if you're not online already and watching us live. Congratulations, I'm really excited for you. I think you're gonna love it. All right, that's it for the show. Happy Cinco de Mayo, happy Oaks Day. I don't know if you've got it on, but it's coming up soon, the big race, right? What time is the big race, 5:30 or 6:30?
Somewhere in there.
Okay, so put your TV on. Get ready to watch some really great racing in Kentucky. Oh, you know what? I didn't put the Dan-O spices in. Hello? I just said Kentucky and I didn't put Dan-O spices in. Good thing it didn't pressurize. So look, you can do that before it pressurizes, and I can add these spices in. Ooh, Dan, how about that? I can't believe I almost forgot your spices. All right, so here are Dan-O spices. I'm going to put the savory one in because I've got a lot of spice already in. So I'm going to use the savory one. But I love these spices because they're non-GMO. No MSG, that's a very important thing when you're getting spices. Make sure there's no MSG. So he does no MSG, no GMO, no sugar. They're gluten-free and low sodium. There we go. And they're Kentucky proud. And Dan usually watches this show, and he will put his link to his website. Because if you're not in Kentucky, you're not getting these. But you can always get them off of his website. So good luck for whoever wins next week. Don't forget to say hello, who you are, where you're from. Enjoy your incredible Cinco de Mayo weekend. I hope that if you're using any one of my recipes, I hope that you enjoy them and have just a great family celebration. And we'll see you not next week, the week following, because we're going to take a week off. I think I'll find a show that will either pre-record or I'll just find a rerun and one of a favorite that's out there on YouTube. So remember, if you did miss the show before, go to my YouTube channel. It's Lifestyle by Laura J, and you'll be able to hook on to any of the shows. Thanks for coming to Come Cook with me, and we'll see you the next show.